Welcome back, fellow Special Situations investors. This is Greg Miller with another edition of my personal Special Situations investing practice. This week, I will do a review of the Meten Warrant exchange. I posted about this a couple of weeks ago, and you got to see what I thought of it at that time. Well, I personally did not participate in this one, but one of my subscribers did. And this week I will share his experience with it. And stick around for the end because you will also see another special situation that I think you should check out. We'll see you on the other side. Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of my YouTube channel on Special Situations investing and my personal investing practice. As a quick disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. Any companies that I mention in this presentation are discussed solely for illustrative purposes. Discussing such companies and the specifics about them is to help educate me and educate you about certain special situations. It is not a solicitation to purchase them. I recommend that you conduct your own research and identify why you might want to own the company yourself prior to your committing of any funds. I also recommend that you seek the services of a financial advisor that has considered your personal situation as your fiduciary. And then finally, may your education here grow your knowledge, improve your personal investing performance, and give you the confidence to take control of your future. Thanks a bunch for watching. Now on to the video. Before I get started this week, I wanted to share with you my appreciation. You'll notice that the video quality is much better this week as opposed to my previous weeks. And there's a reason for this. The reason is you. As a subscriber to my YouTube channel, you have helped me gain the confidence and also gain the feedback that helps me identify whether or not the stuff that I'm providing is actually useful. So thank you so much for those of you that have subscribed. You are the reason why you get to look at my face in a higher quality video. Now, that might not be necessarily the best thing for you, and if that's the case, I know I'm not a Brad Pitt or a Leonardo DiCaprio. Sorry about that, but this video is not made for children. I'd like to spend just a little bit of time reviewing the Meten Warrant exchange. I looked back at my video, and during my video at the time that I posted it, any participant in it would get approximately 19%. At least that's what I had calculated, 19% returns out of this particular special situation. And basically that was exchanging the warrants for the shares and then selling out the shares at the price that it had been at that time. Now, this was pretty interesting. Talking with Jelani Taters, he's one of the fellow subscribers, he went ahead and he looked at this and he identified that he was going to participate in it. And so he jumped in on it at about $1.69 a share. And when he jumped in at it, he said it just was too good of a price for him to give up. And so he went ahead and bought it with the intention of just selling out the shares afterwards. After he did that, he sold those shares most of the time for about $2.10, and anything over $2 a share is what he told me he was typically doing. That was some great returns for him. It turned out that he got about 18%, which is amazing in my view. So 18% over the term of a couple of weeks was perfect for him. The second thing that happened for him is because he goes through, he said he went through Fidelity, he specifically said that they went ahead and did not charge him specifics on this. And really interesting that he did that particularly well, and they didn't charge him at all. I asked him specifically, do you get paid or did you have to get charged more for that specific amount? Like, did you identify that did Fidelity want to charge you more because it was outside of the United States? And he said no. And he even grilled the people at Fidelity, probably because I encouraged him to, but he grilled them saying, hey, what are you going to do? How much does it is it going to cost for me? And they did it for free, which blows my mind. But again, this is part of the reason why I think that it's great for a small investor like you or myself to get into something like this, because you can get pretty good returns with relatively no or low cost. And in today's world, investors, we get benefits from doing these types of things. Some other questions that I asked him if it took a little bit longer, and he specifically said that it didn't take too much longer, but it did take a little bit longer in comparison to some other warrant exchanges that he has done. And probably because it was outside of the country. So, Delaney Taters, congratulations. I'm glad that did so well for you, and I really appreciate you sharing that information with us. And I'm sure that the other subscribers also appreciate it. So, with that note, let's move on to another tender offer. Excuse me, this isn't a tender offer. Let's move on to a going private transaction that I've been looking at. Again, another Chinese company. So something that you might want to pay attention to. This week's special situation is Gridsum Holdings. Gridsum Holdings is getting purchased. This one's more of a merger arbitrage item. So during this merger arbitrage, basically Gridsum Holdings is being bought out, and for owners of the ADS, you can get $2 a share for this one. You should note that in the release on this, however, they do say that it's $2 a share less 5 cents of a cash payout fee due to Citibank. So the big bank is definitely in this one they probably did the underwriting on the ADS many years ago. It looks like it goes back to 2016. So they probably did the underwriting. They want to make sure that they get their money's worth, and so they go ahead and they're charging a nickel on those $2 cash payouts. So actually the payout is about $1.95. Right now it's trading at $1.82. So it's about a 7% gap, or 7 cents or 13%. Other way around. It is about a 13% gap and a 7% return. And it should happen, if it goes through, by the end of March or sometime in the next couple of months. So basically you're looking at about 6 weeks, 7 weeks on this one, and you can get about a 7% return if it goes through. Now, they are currently voting on this, and the voting is supposed to happen this next month. And I'm pretty sure, from my own perspective, I'm pretty sure that it is going to go through. You should know, however, that in this particular case, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of value in the underlying company. So if it does not go through, it could be that you lose a significant amount of your money. However, if you're interested, you can go ahead and do it. I will, in full disclosure, I will let you know that I am not participating in this one. Again, it is another foreign company that I'm not interested in. The second thing on the full disclosure is I am personally, I've got more of my money into other more recent spinoffs transactions that I'm waiting to follow through, and so I'm not as interested in this one. But for someone that might be interested, has a little bit of extra cash, and they want to throw it at this, and they feel like it's a good deal, you are welcome to do that. If you do so, please share it with me, and I may feature you on this YouTube channel as well, and you can, if you're interested, and you can share your results on that one. If you do decide to participate, I recommend that you head over to Seeking Alpha. There's a great write-up by, it's Anthony Steinmetz that is on Seeking Alpha right now that identifies some of the risks associated with it. He identified that it is probably worthless as a company because they have some issues with their debt on this one, which, again, part of the reason why I'm not as interested in this one at this time. So you can check it out. I'll make sure that you have a link to his particular article as well. So Steinmetz, Anthony, thank you so much for sharing that on Seeking Alpha and making it so that some people like me that are not necessarily through subscribers to Seeking Alpha can go ahead and read it. Guys, if you like ideas like this, please hit the like button. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. It makes it so that I can get these videos out more. You can actually see my face if you want to. And it makes it so that I get the feedback that causes me to continue wanting to produce content like this. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, I usually do post-mortems on the things that I post on, and if you want to see what happens with this particular one, if I have a subscriber that goes through it, you can go ahead and subscribe, and you can see how it turns out. So thanks a bunch for watching, guys. We will catch you next week.